Have you ever seen a dog so happy its tail could knock over a toddler? Well, that's the power of a full tail, right? But what about pups who wag a different way? Did you know there are dog breeds born with naturally short tails, like a perpetual happy wiggle? These bobtailed breeds are bursting with personality and pack a punch of cuteness that goes way beyond a wag. Science tells us this quirky feature comes down to genetics, with some breeds having a higher chance of bobtails than others. But who are these tailless tail waggers? Buckle up, because we're about to meet 10 of the most adorable dog breeds with natural bobtails. Pups who prove happiness comes in all shapes and, well, not so long wags. Number 1. Australian Stumpy Tail Cattle Dog. This breed, as the name implies, is known for its naturally short tail. The stumpy tail is caused by a dominant gene, so most puppies in a litter will have bobtails. Unlike some breeds where bobtails are a bit of a lucky draw, these Aussie herders were practically designed with built-in happy wiggles. But why a bobtail for a cattle dog? Well, these pups were bred to be tough ranch hands herding cows across vast distances. A long tail could easily get stepped on, bitten, or snagged on brush. Think of it as a built-in safety feature. A short tail means one less worry for these hardworking dogs. Now, here's the fun part. The bobtail in Australian Stumpy Tail Cattle Dogs can come in a variety of lengths. Some pups might have a tail as short as a button, while others sport a stub that's a couple inches long. But no matter the size, it's all natural, and no docking is involved here. Number 2. Pembroke Welsh Corgi. Unlike the Australian Stumpy Tail Cattle Dog, with its guaranteed bobtail gene, Pembroke Welsh Corgis are a bit more of a tail-wagging enigma. Here's the thing. Some Pembroke pups are born with naturally short tails, while others, however, come into the world with full-length tails. So what's the deal? Data suggests around 50% of Pembroke Welsh Corgis are born with natural bobtails. This significant portion hints at a genetic influence, and the thing is, scientists have identified a culprit, a gene called the T-box gene. This gene plays a crucial role in a puppy's development, including its tail. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Pembroke Corgis only need one copy of a mutated version of this T-box gene to be born without a bobtail. It's like a genetic switch that flips to short tail mode. The T-box gene, however, is not an all-or-nothing switch. Some Pembroke pups inherit 2 copies of the mutated gene, resulting in even shorter tails, or no tail at all. Others might inherit no mutated genes and have a full-length tail. This means Pembroke Welsh Corgis can come in a spectrum of tail lengths, all thanks to the fascinating world of genetics. Number 3. Schipperke. These little Belgian firecrackers might not have a long tail to wag, but their perky rear ends are full of personality. Studies suggest a whopping 80% of Schipperkes are born with natural bobtails, and this high number hints at a strong genetic influence. Yep, Schipperkes are practically pre-programmed for bobtails, and it all boils down to a sneaky genetic trickster called the T-box gene, just like in the Pembroke Welsh Corgis. Now, why a bobtail for a working dog like the Schipperke? Well, these little guys were originally bred to be rat-catching champions. Imagine a Schipperke dashing after a sneaky rodent in tight tunnels or bustling markets. A long tail could easily get snagged, slowing them down or even causing injury. So the bobtail is like built-in workwear. All function, no fuss. But here's a twist. In some countries like the United States, a dog tail is still considered the breed standard for show Schipperkes. This means some breeders might dog tails, even though the bobtail is the natural state. Thankfully, the practice of tail docking is becoming increasingly uncommon. Number 4. Brittany. The Brittany comes in both long-tailed, short-tailed, and even tailless varieties, although the natural bobtail is most common. Unlike some breeds with a single dominant bobtail gene, the reasons behind Brittany tail lengths are a bit more complex. Scientists have not pointed a single definitive genetic cause, but there are a couple of theories at play. The first one is polygenic inheritance. This theory suggests that multiple genes, not just one, influence tail length in Brittany's. Each gene might have a small effect, and the combination of these genes determines the final outcome. A long flowing tail, a cute little bob, or no tail at all. Another possibility is incomplete dominance. Imagine 2 genes, one for a long tail and another for a short tail. In some breeds, one gene overpowers the other, but in Brittany's, maybe these genes have a tug of war, resulting in a range of tail lengths depending on which gene is slightly more dominant in a particular pup. But beyond genetics, there's also the possibility that tail variation is simply a natural quirk of the Brittany breed. Just like their coat colors and patterns can vary, perhaps tail length is another way for nature to express its creativity. Number 5. Australian Shepherd. About 30% of Australian Shepherds are born with naturally short tails, thanks to the T-box gene. This gene plays a role in early development, including the formation of the vertebrae in the tail. Traditionally, the breed standard for Australian Shepherds called for docked tails. This practice is believed to have originated for a few reasons, although their historical accuracy is debated. Some believe it was done to prevent injuries while herding livestock, as a long tail could get caught or stepped on by large animals. Another theory suggests it was for hygiene purposes, surfaces, as a long tail might pick up burrs and debris while working. There's even a less likely explanation that it stemmed from an outdated tax law, where some countries supposedly taxed working dogs with tails. Regardless of the original reasons, tail docking is becoming increasingly uncommon due to ethical concerns. Many countries have now banned the practice altogether. Number 6. Swedish Vallhund. Studies show that roughly 70% of Swedish Vallhunds are born without natural bobtails. This high prevalence suggests a strong genetic influence, but the exact mechanism is not as simple as a single dominant gene. The T-box gene likely plays a role, but other genes and environmental factors might also be at work. Interestingly, a 2008 study found a link between bobtailed Vallhunds and a specific region of chromosome 18. This ongoing research is helping us understand the complex web of genetics that shapes the breed's unique tail variation. So what we can say for now is that the reasons behind the Swedish Vallhund's bobtail are likely a combination of factors: practicality for herding, adaptation to the environment, and breed standards that celebrate their natural features. These spunky herders, with or without a tail, are a testament to the fascinating interplay between genetics, history, and the beauty of natural selection. Number 7. Catahoula Leopard Dog. The bobtail mystery of the Catahoula Leopard Dog is as unique as its spotted coat. Unlike some breeds with a guaranteed bobtail gene, Catahoulas can come in all tail lengths: long and flowing, short and perky, or even completely tailless. But what drives this fascinating variety? Studies have not pinpointed a single dominant bobtail gene in Catahoulas. Estimates suggest around 20% of these dogs are born with natural bobtails, while the rest have full tails. While not confirmed, some researchers suspect the T-box gene, known for bobtails in other breeds, might play a role in Catahoulas too. Perhaps it has a weaker influence here, creating a spectrum of tail lengths depending on how the gene interacts with others. The Catahoula's origin story is shrouded in mystery. Some theories suggest these dogs were bred for hunting and herding in rugged terrain. A bobtail in this case could offer a practical advantage. It wouldn't snag on brush or get bitten by prey, allowing these versatile dogs to work more efficiently. Perhaps breeders over generations favored dogs with shorter tails, leading to a higher prevalence of bobtails in the breed today. The exact reasons behind Catahoula tail variations remain under investigation, but one thing is certain: their bobtails, along with their spotted coats, add to the unique charm and mystique of this captivating breed. Number 8. Polish Lowland Sheepdog. The Polish Lowland Sheepdog might not be the most common bobtailed breed, but their short tails are a delightful part of their appearance. Unlike some breeds with guaranteed bobtails, the Polish Lowland Sheepdog's story has 2 chapters. Traditionally, tail docking was practiced on these herding dogs. Estimates suggest around 50% of Polish Lowland Sheepdogs historically underwent tail docking soon after birth. The good news? Well, tail docking is becoming increasingly uncommon for Polish Lowlands. Many countries have banned the practice due to ethical concerns. Today, a significant portion, around 30% of these dogs, are born with natural bobtails. The rise of the natural bobtail is a positive development for the Polish Lowland Sheepdog. Their short tails, docked or natural, don't affect their herding abilities and add to their overall charm. And these intelligent and loyal companions with or without a tail are a testament to the beauty of natural variation within the breed. Number 9. Bourbonnais Pointer. The Bourbonnais Pointer, a French hunting gem, boasts a fascinating tail when it comes to their tails. Unlike some breeds with a guaranteed bobtail gene, these pointers exhibit a delightful range of tail lengths: full wags, perky nubs, and even completely tailless. But what drives this intriguing variation? Data on Bourbonnais Pointer tail lengths is a bit scarce, but estimates suggest around 60% are born with natural bobtails. The remaining 40% have full tails, adding to the breed's diversity. This spread in tail lengths hints at a more complex genetic story than a single dominant bobtail gene. Some experts theorize that multiple genes, not just one, might influence tail length in Bourbonnais Pointers. Each gene might have a subtle effect, and the unique combination inherited by a pup determines the final outcome: a long tail, a cute bob, or no tail at all. Unlike some breeds where docked tails were once favored, the natural bobtail is the preferred look for the Bourbonnais Pointer according to the breed standard. Their docked tails were actually banned in France in the early 20th century, so the bobtail we see today is not just a genetic quirk, but also a reflection of the breed's historical identity and evolving standards. Number 10. Croatian Sheepdog. The Croatian Sheepdog, a guardian of flocks and hearts, boasts a tail that's as unique as its working spirit. Unlike some breeds with a guaranteed bobtail gene, these Croatian companions come in a delightful spectrum of tail lengths: full wags, short and perky nubs, or even no tail at all. Studies are limited, but estimates suggest around 30% of Croatian sheepdogs are born with natural bobtails. This significant portion hints at a genetic influence, but it's likely more complex than a single dominant gene. Imagine these hardy dogs dogs herding sheep in rugged Croatian terrain. A long tail could snag on brush or get bitten by a predator. Over time, breeders favoring dogs with naturally shorter tails for their practicality could have increased the prevalence of bobtails in the breed. The good news? Well, tail docking, once practiced in some regions, is becoming increasingly rare for Croatian sheepdogs. Today, the natural bobtail is celebrated as a charming feature of the breed. These intelligent and loyal companions, with or without a tail, are a testament to the fascinating interplay between genetics, history, and the beauty of natural variation within a working dog breed. Alright guys, that's the end of our list of dog breeds with natural bobtails. Which breed among these is your favorite? Or what other dog breeds have captured your curiosity with their unique tails? Please let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching.